Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine behind the markets. Happy Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, May 6th. It is very rare that I offer any praise to the government, but once in a while, I've never gone to like the DMV and said, these people should run more of my life. But once in a while, you got to give credit where credit is due. President Trump is looking at putting together a committee to actually approve or not to get a first look at these AI models. In other words, these models are becoming so powerful that they really present a bunch of risks. And when you poll Americans, when you read these polls, it seems that most Americans now actually are more afraid of them. They feel anxiety about whether these models will take their jobs, will raise their electricity costs, data center build out, et cetera, et cetera. So there's less focus on whether the opportunities that come from AI. And there's an expression I've been saying to my kids. My daughter's 17 and she says, AI, are there going to be any jobs? Is AI going to take all the jobs? I said, look, AI is not going to take the jobs, but people who know AI will take jobs from people who don't. So you got to really get hip to this kind of stuff already very, very quickly. But it speaks to the real significance of this technology and really what it means. Basically, these AI models are actually advancing. They're writing their own code and fixing their own software and making their own software, which makes it very unique in the history of all technologies. You think about the Gilded Age, the railroads across America. You have new technologies. You think about the internet boom, the dot-com boom. And basically, it's a bunch of people programming the next thing, and it takes time. You're a business and you're pushing out cell phones. It takes time to innovate. It really does. You have Model 1, then you have Model 2. Every year or so, you upgrade your software, and you're also able to spend the capital along with that and really plan for the upgrade cycles. But what's happening with these is these can improve themselves, which is really interesting. It's the first time in human history that we've actually had a product that can improve itself. So I agree with the Trump administration's move to actually get a first look at all new AI models being developed. That also speaks to the leap that's happening behind the scenes. Anthropic, the maker of Claude, came out with their new Mythos model. And really, they gave a sneak peek to Treasury Secretary Percent, the Trump administration, and a bunch of banks, because this Mythos model exposed a lot of security flaws in other institutions. For example, JP Morgan, Bank of America. It was able to go into all of their code really quickly and expose all the flaws that a hacker could use to take down the banking system or that bank or the New York Stock Exchange or whatever. So these models seem to have crossed some kind of level where they become even more powerful. And that means that they threaten national security. So I think it's very wise for the Trump administration to say, look, we're going to get a review, a first look. These models might have military applications for the Pentagon. It's obviously a big deal. These models also might have severe economic consequences. What if one model gets pushed in here and all of a sudden it causes 2 million software programmers to lose their jobs, which at once, maybe you can introduce it slowly so they have time to find alternatives. But what's a software programmer going to do? Learn how to mine coal? You remember back in the 80s and 90s, they tell these coal miners, go learn software, go learn something new. Maybe they're going to tell the software programmers to go learn how to mine coal or something crazy. As a note, a Chinese court ruled last week that companies can't fire employees simply to replace them with AI and save money. It's very, very interesting. So you're starting to see that AI itself, this powerful kind of crazy genie in a bottle that we've let loose, really is forcing governments to really answer the question, how should we deal with this? And it really speaks to how different that technology, what they're hiding from us in terms of what we don't know about what this thing can do. The challenge for the US and every country really is to actually not create an FDA for AI, to really not over-regulate it, but to get a first peek and then push it out as quickly as possible. Because you don't want to create like a regulatory review process where like 3 phases, and which basically would just entrench the dominant companies now and disincentivize. Nobody would have the money to create other models or other ways of playing with this. Anyway, we are in the middle of a very, very important debate as a country as to how to use this powerful and in many ways threatening and dangerous new tool. Interested to know your thoughts, actually. Anyway, that's all I have. Have a wonderful day.